For some time now, Universal Studios has been working on getting a live-action The Little Mermaid film off the ground, and it looks like they just took a major step forward. According to a report in Variety, hit girl herself, actress Chloe Moretz, has been given the lead role in the new project. According to the report, Moretz has always been Universal's choice for the role, and director Sofia Coppola had to eventually leave the project over her unwillingness to use Moretz. The Little Mermaid is based on the 1837 story, which follows a young mermaid who gives up her life in the sea for a human prince. Mark, are you looking forward to a Little Mermaid live-action film? And what do you think of Chloe Moretz being given the lead role?
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but yeah, this sounds awesome. Like, I love that Chloe Moretz is in it. That sold me on making a Little Mermaid live-action movie. I was always a little curious as to how exactly you're going to pull this off. And then I started thinking about it. I want to see what a real-life mermaid movie is like, particularly one that takes place a lot of times, pardon the pun, under the sea. I want to know how you handle the Sebastian the Crab story, or even if you use that in there, because I'm not sure if a talking crab was in the Hans Christian Andersen novel that this was based on in the 1830s. So I want to see how much of the Disney tinge they keep, and maybe if they stick closer or just go off on their own path, making this new live-action movie. I am actually intrigued about The Little Mermaid.
I will say this, and this is a little bit of a spoiler, but I recently saw on Amazon there was a new puzzle on there of Chloe Grace Moretz as Ariel, and it says 1,000-piece puzzle piece of Ariel, in brackets, Daryl Hannah's daughter.
That's right.
So might be a little bit of a spoiler there with
so
that.
Tom Hanks did get her in the end. All right.
What was that called? Splash?
Splash.
Right? That's what
That's
this
what it's
reminds
called,
me of.
Splash.
This reminds me of Splash, for real. Yeah, I was kind of a little disappointed to hear that Sofia Coppola got forced out, because they're like, it's either you agree to this woman being the mermaid or you're out, you know? And so she's a very talented director, but at the same time, Chloe Moretz is a great actress, so I could see they were like, look, we really want her. We've signed her. You've got to do it. So it was like kind of like, well, I don't want her. I've got someone else. I'm like, I don't know. That's sad to see Sofia go, because I think she would have added something to it. So I'm interested to see who they bring on to actually direct this film. So
it is an interesting situation, though, with the director and whatnot. Sofia Coppola has not done it for me lately at all. Like, she had that big one with Bill Murray, right. Lost in Translation. Right. And then she put out a few other things that are just like, So I'm kind of waiting. And I remember when they first said she was going to be directing Little Mermaid, I thought that's really interesting. Yeah. But I really do like the casting of Chloe Moretz in this. I think she's going to do well. Now, a lot of people were wondering, wait a minute, Universal Pictures doing Little Mermaid. Doesn't Little Mermaid belong to Disney? The answer to that question is no, it doesn't. Little Mermaid is actually based, as Ashley said, on like a 1937 book. It's open source. It's public domain. Now, what that means is that anybody is free to tell their own Little Mermaid story. What Universal cannot do, though, is anything Disney did in their animated Little Mermaid movie that wasn't in the book, Universal can't do that.
Sorry, Sebastian.
Sorry.
I tried. I lobbied for you.
So no Under the Sea song, none of the original music. A lot of people thought it was going to be musical. Will Chloe be singing in this movie? No, maybe it'll be musical, but it won't be any of the songs from the Disney film, because those are unique and original to Disney, not from the book. So it's an interesting thing. I'm looking forward to seeing her, and I'm really curious to see how they handle this. And you're right, how they handle an underwater kingdom and all that kind of stuff. Arnold Schwarzenegger will probably play her father.
Right. But the fear with this movie is that it was a little rushed because they wanted to get in front of it in case Disney did decide, because Disney has done so many times recently, they've taken their animated properties and made them live action. So are you trying to rush this and get ahead of something? Are we going to get a bunch of mermaid movies coming out in the next couple of years?
God, I hope so.
Something about her as a mermaid. Again, like, mermaids are so ridiculous to me, and that's why Splash, I'm glad it was a comedy. It's so hard to take it seriously, but I just have a feeling this could work.
I want to see David Lynch do a mermaid movie, but it's like manatees, and the dude like falls in love. It's like, really is a mermaid. Like, you know, that's what originally those sailors were out at sea too long, and they saw like some fish, and they're like, my beautiful lover. You know, it's like twisted.
He could do like a mockumentary that's like Blackfish except with mermaids. That'd be really creepy to watch.
Crushing the real story behind mermaids.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.